All right, guys, Game Awards is right around the corner, and you know what that means. The bingo card is up, and what is always on the bingo card? Bloodborne. And according to my friend, his feelings, this might be the year we get something. Because I don't know if you guys saw, there was the PlayStation 30th anniversary video, and I didn't watch it yet, but I did see at the end they had Bloodborne on there. Whatever the quote was.
It's about persistence.
Yes.
Persistence. Or perseverance, I think it was.
Persistence. I just read it right now.
All right, big guy. Persistence.
And also, the Old Hunters music is finally on streaming services.
Yeah, that's probably the announcement. If it's not definitive, I don't care. It's just over and over again. If anything, like the something your friend is feeling is probably, I don't know. We might actually get something for Bloodborne. Maybe that Switch port we've all been fucking wanting.
The Switch port?
But I don't know, man. They could have just put that in because it's like the key word is persistence, and that I think that comes from the fan base won't shut the fuck up about a sequel or something.
That's right.
You know, PC port, 60 frames, unlock. You know, there's a lot on the table.
Yeah, and I know with like video game music on streaming services, it's like always a weird license thing. Like Tekken had all the music on there. They took it all down for, I think, about a year. And then once Tekken 8 came out and they released that soundtrack, all the other soundtracks came back.
You know, it's funny. I'm looking up the Dark Souls soundtracks, and it looks like they were also recently added. They were added on November.
Yeah, maybe it is just like renewing the license on streaming services then. Schizo fans once again.
IGN fucking goddamn their soul, but they were right. Fucking fans just screaming about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I have copium too, right? But, you know, sometimes you overdose, and that's not good.
Yeah, just like My Hero fans.
Oh?
And where am I going with this?
Where are you going with this?
The scanlations have not popped up from what I've seen as of this recording, but the epilogue was finally released through the final volume of My Hero. All the scans and shitty photos of like some of the pages for the chapter. One of the things I kept seeing was, oh man, Horikoshi fumbled and like went and changed the ending so fans could stop crying, and I'm like, that's not how that works.
What?
Did you see that he was already starting a new series?
Yeah, I just saw that, which is great. I think his art's great. He definitely has room to keep doing something else.
Hopefully the next thing's not shonen. I wonder if he can kind of like branch out into like different kind of subjects. I'm not gonna lie, one of the things that I did like about MHA towards the beginning was like kind of like the slice of life aspect that they have with the classroom stuff. I do appreciate when we've definitely talked about this before, but when slice of life has like good
character progression.
Yeah, character progression. Altogether, I feel like like there were a lot of characters that we saw because again, back in that arc, or at least in that part of the series when they were writing it, it was kind of like encompassing everybody in the class was as kind of like a primary, secondary character. Like nobody was really tertiary in the fact that you wouldn't really consider them like, well, I don't want to use the word main, but important. We get people from classroom B and everybody else, and it's like, yeah, fuck those guys. Everybody from the other schools, yeah, fuck those guys. Whatever.
Yeah, that's always the hard thing with writing manga like that with a huge cast, like Assassination Classroom. Like, I can't tell you a single character's name or what they did aside from like the main character, quote unquote, like the protege for the assassin, right? And also because it's like a femboy looking character with blue hair, right? So very much standing out. And everyone else, it's like, yeah, those are just kids.
Kind of sidetracking, but I believe it was that series got banned in one of the states.
Yes.
Oh, Florida. Oh, it doesn't look like it was a state. It looks like it was just a middle school.
A school, yeah. One of the moms saw their kid read one of the volumes and was alarmed by the violence that it has, as these children are holding weapons and there's a sexy school teacher, and this is inappropriate for kids. They shouldn't be reading this stuff in school.
That octopus was pretty hot, all right?
And yeah. I think that's pretty funny, especially because I think back to the kind of manga we were reading, or at least I was reading back then. I'm like, yeah, you probably wouldn't like that.
This is tame. Read Emergence and then get back to us.
Don't wait a minute. It's not.
They got to learn the hard way. No, Jerry's right.
Yep. You got to go the extreme. Everything else is tame, dude.
Yeah, it's manga targeted towards, it's a shonen series. What's the point of a shonen series? To get boys excited one way or another. If you're upset that it's going the other way, well, too bad.
Because you're not a boy.
That's right.
You just have to offset it with some
Slice
what
of
is it,
life.
seinen?
Seinen?
Oh,
yeah.
seinen? Yeah.
Seinen.
Right.
What, like Berserk? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, like Berserk. That's what I'm talking about. Berserk and Oran High School. On Host Club. There you go.
So, yeah, I've seen some stuff for the epilogue, and it's basically we're just seeing the cast, like, do stuff that we didn't get to see in the final chapter.
Deku and Ochaku are together.
Yes.
Yeah, I just read that. I don't know how I feel about that. Why did he write it? He just wanted to close it off?
I said this the other day on Twitter. I think more often than not, mangakas don't get to put everything in the final chapters that they want to put due to, like, a number of things like time constraints or something. Yeah. So they just have to, submit what they have. And there's rare cases where the magazine will say, okay, we can publish, something extra for you, right? So Beelzebub, one example, they did the monthly manga that was like, I think 3 volumes. And it was just like kind of tying up loose ends and like getting like the little extra bits Ryuhei wanted to put in that series. Same thing with like with Attack on Titan. He didn't put all the pages in, so he added some extra ones in the final volume. So there's that aspect to it. I don't know how often this is happening now, but I remember there was a manga called Build King. That's the guy that did Toriko. It ended up getting canceled.
I remember that. Yeah, it got canceled. Yeah. Did they bring it back?
No, they didn't bring it back. But the way it ended was... It's kind of slimy just to get sales up, I think. But the final chapter wasn't released in the magazine. It was released in the volume. So if you wanted to read the ending, you had to go pick up volume 3. So it could just be something more that Jump is trying to do to maybe push manga sales.
That does sound shitty. It's like at that point, it's like, yeah, you might as well just try to look for the scans.
Yeah, and I don't know if this epilogue is going to like show up over here in the West for like the Shonen Jump app or the whatever other, I forget the app I use is called.
I mean, I'm not sure if this falls under the same examples, but I think the same thing happened for Promised Neverland too, right? Like we had that first ending, and then I don't know if exactly he rewrote the ending, but he just like kind of added another chapter to it where we just kind of see her like get back with her family some more or whatever.
Yeah, there were some special chapters that got released like long after it came out. I wouldn't say that's the same thing. Mangakas will come back very rarely and do stuff like that. Like there was what was it called? There was a very old manga Araki did, I think right before JoJo. Just, I think a year or two ago, the mangaka that wrote Medaka Box did a one-shot for that manga. Also, like Dr. Stone, too. Dr. Stone had I think it had like a short arc that came out, like a few chapters. And again, that's also kind of like tying loose ends for what they didn't show in the ending.
You say that's rare, but there's kind of a lot of examples.
Yeah, I mean, I say rare as in, like, as long as we've been reading manga. But yeah, nowadays it's starting to get more and more popular, I guess. Kind of like how like sequel mangas are like the new hotness. Like everything's getting a sequel after it ends.
What was the last thing that happened? I think of Chainsaw Man, but I don't really think Chainsaw Man counts. I mean, there was technically a part 1, and then we're in part 2, but I don't really consider like... I mean, if it doesn't necessarily say Chainsaw Man part 2, I'm not going to consider it a part 2. It's just a continuation, you know?
Yeah, as well as like if you look at the volumes for it too, it's not like it's anything different. It's like it's just continuing the numbers.
Oh, I guess, yeah, the Fable. Yeah, that would have been the last thing I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fable, Boruto. Boruto is a sequel, and then that also got a sequel, which is pretty funny.
Sequel in the sequel.
Fairy Tail, of course. 7 Deadly Sins.
Wait, is it Two Blue Vortex a sequel? Isn't it more of a continuation if we're going based off this logic pool here?
I mean, it is, but it's technically Boruto ended, and now Two Blue Vortex is happening, and it's being sold separately as its own series.
Oh, so it has its own volume, right? Just like Shippuden had its own volumes separate from Naruto?
No, Shippuden didn't have its own separate volumes. It just they just changed the color of the volumes to black. So like if like sequels were more popular back in the day, I'm sure we would have got like Naruto Shippuden, and that would have been sold differently.
Did they add Shippuden when it turned into Shippuden, like on the volume colors?
No, only the anime.
Oh, okay. That's kind of crazy facts. I like that.
Yeah, the manga world is slowly changing, guys. And so far, I'm okay with some of the changes, so it's all right.
About Death Note, the ending for Death Note in the manga is actually different from what happens in the anime.
Oh, really?
So in the manga version, when Light is cornered in the warehouse, Ryuk just straight up kills him, like in the anime. But the difference is Light never escapes the warehouse like he does in the anime, and you instead see Light desperately plead to Ryuk to not kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Since he can't escape, basically in the manga you get to see like Light's expression change like dramatically. Like he goes like through the whole series of expressions, like realizing that he's literally out of options. Like he's just panicking now.
Yeah,
you know
he's
what I
at
mean?
the wall.
You know, he's just freaking out. So like this whole cool demeanor of Kira, you know, the true god, the seeker of truth, of justice, or whatever the fuck. And now he's just like groveling on the floor, pleading to not die because he can't die because he doesn't want to die because he's scared.
Yeah, great way to end it, man.
That shit was great. More or less, in the anime, they just like have Light escape from the warehouse just to pad time, and just kind of like for more exposition.
Yeah, that sounds like just an adaptation choice.
Light is basically running away as Ryuk puts his name in the book, and like you just hear like some of the music that they were playing throughout the series, like probably the first opening or second opening. You know how they do that sometimes.
Yeah.
They added a what if scenario, like a kind of like a quick flash of his life if he didn't pick up the notebook. It's just a little cool like our artistic touch to it, just to kind of do something different and add that little extra bit of meat there in the ending. It kind of makes it so that way you it's, I don't know, to me I feel like it's kind of worth watching through the series just to kind of see between the ending from the manga and the anime. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a big thing. I was actually talking about Dragon Ball Z in a similar aspect recently. Dragon Ball gets that rare treatment where we got Dragon Ball Z Kai. What they did was they redubbed everything to make it more accurate to the manga, as well as, you know, cutting all the filler out. You'll see it all over the place, like on TikTok and YouTube and stuff, like the comparison of like Goku's speech to Frieza old versus new, and it is interesting to hear it, feel the difference, and you know, maybe we are biased with, you know, watching DBZ in English back in the day on Toonami, but I think the way they delivered the dialogue in there is just a lot better than what they're trying to copy with Toriyama's writing. Just like how the Death Note ending is here, I think that's more of just the adaptation taste. Yeah, just real interesting just to see, like, I mean, I like Dragon Ball Z, but what do I like? Do I like Toriyama's version, or do I like the English dialogue from Toonami? And it's a mix of both, I think.
That's a good question. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also familiar with the older dubs, and you know how they kind of, I feel like they are kind of superior to what kind of dubs we would get nowadays. Well, to be fair, I just feel like there aren't a lot of new voices these days that I would hear, you know, like kind of like how there were iconic voices back in the old days, like for some of these. And I know that a lot of them are still active actors, you know, they still have projects here and there, but I don't know. I don't feel like their roles are as big, honestly, as important as they were back in the day when they were like main characters or secondary characters, you know. For the old Funimation dub, I like to think that whoever was like the creative director, I guess like the English studios, and was under the impression that it's just like, yeah, like this is how we talk in America, basically, you know, like this is like not really to the point where they're thinking of censorship so much, like probably they would these days, of shit like we definitely cannot say these things, and this is basically shit that we can barely get away with, you know. Around the time that, you know, that we were kind of growing up on the Dragon Ball, well, always been growing up on Dragon Ball, I should say, but like around the time that we're like, I don't know, teenagers, and you know, like basically when the Boo saga was wrapping up, and then we get into GT and stuff like that. Actually, no, that wrapped up a long time ago. I should say when they aired it on Toonami.
Yeah, when we caught it.
When we caught it. You're right, absolutely, because that shit was way older than us. All like I said, all of that shit is just so like, it was just really pivotal to like our time, to our culture, really. And I just really feel like the people who were in creative control there at the studio had an idea of this when they were like making the script and, you know, basically getting the okay and the green lights from what they were getting approved of for submitting their scripts. These days, I don't really feel like it would go in that direction.
Yeah, no, I think in today's age, I mean, I don't know, I haven't seen anime in a long time. Or I guess I haven't like consistently watched anime in a while and seeing like the comparisons of dialogue, but I would assume they're all about like the accuracy of making sure everything is said the same way, and also like trying to modernize it and like, yeah, like get the taboo words out or whatever. Because like, you know, it's Toriyama for Dragon Ball Z, and you know, the one thing where I'm always like, yeah, like, sure, rest in peace to Toriyama, but like there's just parts where I just get disappointed with him. The best example I had was he watched the Bardock special and he said, wow, what a great story, but this was too dark for me. Like, there was no way I would ever write something as dark as this. Oh, damn, dude, that kind of sucks, you saying that, because it's so good, and it flows correctly with like what we heard in the English dub for DBZ, with like how like intense and mature and things, like the stakes are higher and all that. Like, it really fit. And so just like hearing Majin Vegeta's speech when he wants to fight Goku, like the Kai version is just such dog shit. It just feels so tame. And it, you know, it doesn't help they're playing this like royalty free isekai ass music as well. Man, it's just different, dude.
You know what else? Kind of touching up on that, just kind of touching up on new shit. I don't know when it happened, but somehow like all of a sudden we started getting the inflection on the anime voices. You know, the ones that people like mock and like use in real life.
Yes.
I'll tell you, the only shows that I'm watching dubbed, like newer shows, I've been watching Reincarnated as a Slime. Yeah, like every single character, almost every single one, probably save for like 3 or 4 characters, so like a handful, all have the inflection when they talk. And every sentence and almost every emotion that the character elicits, like, it's all there. And I just like when I'm bored and I'm not doing anything in the background, I play Yu Yu Hakusho. No inflections. It's like everyone was like fucking dead set on doing their job right. Like they are actual characters, you know, and not just like pretending to be the character. And I don't know, I just don't understand when that became like the norm. The norm, yeah, like the professional norm for the voice actors. You know what I mean? Because it's not predominantly everywhere, but it's accepted in mostly everywhere.
Yeah, when you brought up like you don't like feel the iconic like main character voice in a sense in anime anymore, I was thinking of like, yeah, everyone sounds like they're trying to talk like they're in an anime, which sometimes that's not bad. Like the My Hero dub, I think, is actually good.
The One Piece dub.
Yeah, there's some good ones in there. I tell you, I was cracking up in the theater, man, when I heard Mineta like talking like this and stuff, and I was like, oh jeez, it's like perfect, dude. Yeah, give that little shit that voice. Yeah,
dude. I like I said, man, I feel like some people really do wake up and just decide like to give it their all when it comes to doing like the character voices, and then like others are just kind of like, I'm just here. And then I just feel like a lot of it is kind of passable these days. Like, I feel like there's no real gauge to like when somebody attempts to try to do someone different from a different show. It's just picking up on the same voice, and that sucks. Did you start watching Daima yet?
No, dude, I'm waiting on this freaking English dub.
How the fuck is it not there, dude?
Every time I look up when's the English dub release, and all the news I keep seeing is the premiere in theaters for the first 3 episodes, and then nothing else.
Nice.
Like, I mean, I could watch it subbed. I'm not the biggest DBZ sub fan. I want to watch the dub because we're getting the voice actress back that did Kid Goku and Gohan back in the day. Like, that's a big deal. Like, bring her back in. Yeah, I don't know what they're waiting for.
Yeah, I don't know either, but they gotta hurry the fuck up, man.
Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, Crunchyroll announced it yesterday. As of this recording, January 10th is when we're going to get the dub.
Yo.
Fuck.
Are they going to release multiple episodes in the dub, or are they going to start from the first episode?
God, I hope.
I assume they're going to release the whole season for whatever point they were up to.
I don't think they do that though, right? Nope. It's going to be releasing Fridays at 8:45 a.m. So it's just going to be on the weekly schedule. Damn, that sucks. That's fine.
I'm not going to lie to you. Look, as far as I am right now, I'll tell you without spoiling anything, it is a show. It is a show. And you may or may not enjoy it. Whether it's worth waiting all the way to January 10th just so that you can hear it in English for a couple episodes before you decide this isn't for you, I don't know. But so far, it is what it is.
I've seen some cool stuff for it. Like, some of the fights look pretty cool in one of the latest episodes that came out. But yeah, I don't know. Like, my friends keep hyping it up like, oh, dude, they're teasing Janemba, man. It's going to go crazy. And I'm like, I mean, that would be pretty cool. You know, it sounds like a Toriyama thing, rehash a movie villain.
Wasn't Janemba made, though? Like, wasn't, like, Janemba, like, a freak accident? Or is it, like, a spirit? I don't understand.
Well, yeah, in Fusion Reborn, gosh, I don't even remember what happened. But yeah, like, whatever energy was happening in Otherworld, it caused, like, one of the janitor guys to turn into the fat Janemba. And then after they were punching him or whatever, he transformed into the Janemba we all know with the sword and stuff. But I mean, from what I know, it's like he is a demon. Technically, they're in the demon realm. And also, like, Janemba in Fusion Reborn is not canon, so they could kind of do whatever they want to bring him in.
I guess that's fair.
And this may be another, you know, schizo hopeful moment like with Bloodborne, but like, oh, the idea would be awesome if, like, they can't use God Ki in the demon world, right? Like, Goku can't even fly or something because the gravity's too intense. So the cool idea would be, all right, guys, we have to fight Janemba. We don't have God Ki. We have to find something else. Super Saiyan 4. And if they do that, I'm all in, dude.
We'll see, bro, because they don't have tails as a kid. Like, they reduced back to kids, but their tails didn't come back.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be like, it's funny that it's GT2, so they might do GT stuff again.
I'll tell you, though, now that I think about it, I don't even think the tail practically matters because, well, I guess that's not true because Vegeta had to make Vegeta only got to Super Saiyan 4 because of a wish, right?
No, he used artificial flux waves to transform himself into an Uzaru. And because he unlocked Super Saiyan, he could go Super Saiyan Uzaru or whatever. And that turns him into Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. The reason Goku needed the tail was so that way when he used the Earth as a surrogate for the moon, which, you know, if we're going to stretch, we could stretch. So that way he could turn into the Great Ape form. The good old Toriyama stretch. Never hurts. But I know they're also, like, teasing a new way to fuse, so that might be the new thing. Like, we might get a new version of Vegetoku or whatever.
They do mention it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it was like episode... I want to say it was episode 5 or episode 6. One of those two episodes. But yeah, they'll just kind of like briefly discuss like a couple of things, and they'll be like, "That's what this does."
Yeah, so I'm sure that's gonna be popping up, because I also know it's a 3-way fusion that could happen. The question is, who is Goku and Vegeta fusing with to fight whatever they're gonna fight? Can it be Hercule? Because that'd be pretty cool. Oh, Piccolo, yeah. I know some people are saying Supreme Kai, which, yeah, I could see that, but also like, I don't know. I feel like it's a stretch that he even turned into a kid in the first place.
Yeah, but he is actually kind of important in the show. They just kind of drop some plot on you. Cool, man. Yeah, looking forward to it whenever it comes out, I guess. So that'll be something to look forward to in January at least.
Yeah, I guess I'll wait.
Looks pretty fire.
I'll tell you, you mentioned this earlier. Just kind of talking about it really quick before we move on. You know, some of that old dub, like One Piece. I tell you, man, I fucking miss hearing the English dub for One Piece. It has been a long, long time since I heard it, and it was really even before I got into One Piece. It was just like 4Kid stuff that I would just put on in the background.
That's right, Desert Doo Doo.
Yeah, I'm a real big fan of Zoro's voice actor.
Yeah, that's Vegeta.
Old Chris.
Yeah, good old Knuckles, right?
I don't know, man. I'm a fake fan. You know me.
Is he not Knuckles?
Oh, Knuckles on what? You know, there's so many Knuckles now.
Fuck. You know what?
Oh, and Sonic
sorry.
X.
You're
Yeah,
right.
it's
No, he was slated to
But
be
it was
Knuckles,
not.
but he wasn't. Now who's the fake fan?
Hey, man, the movies are cool.
Yeah, those movies are awesome. I can't wait for Sonic 3, man.
I unironically
That trailer-
can't wait for Sonic 3. Fuck all you guys.
So fucking good. Oh, it comes out December 20th.
Yeah, real soon, baby.
Check it out.
Yep, I'm gonna watch it right after I watch Craven.
And then I'm gonna watch Nosferatu after on Christmas.
I'm so ready for
It's gonna
Nosferatu.
be so good, bro. Don't tell my sister, but I'm a little more hyped for Nosferatu than Sonic.
What part are you at in One Piece right now?
Arlong Park. Yeah, we're finally getting to. Oh, actually, I'll tell you, we are on the episode where we find out about Nami's adoptive mom.
Yeah,
Bellamere.
Where she talks about where her sister talks about why Nami likes money. I'm one episode away. No, I guess 2 episodes away from watching where the boys are just like, all right, I'm fucking pissed. It's time to fry this fish.
The
You know what I
iconic
mean?
scene. Yes.
I fucking tear up. I literally tear up. The little boy in me is just like, this is so fucking cool. I will not be denied. I will never be denied from every time I watch this moment. Like, the little boy in me screams, like, you fucking beat his fish. You break his goddamn shark nose. You do it. Yeah, I love One Piece, man. It's great.
Bust it down, Luffy.
Oh yeah, One Piece is awesome, dude. I picked up One Piece Odyssey on Black Friday. That was my big purchase.
That's the turn-based one, right?
Yeah, the newest one that came out.
I'm not going to lie. I know it didn't do great because it really didn't get a lot of talk when it came out, but I really wanted to try the Luffy one.
Oh,
where it's like
World
kind
Seeker.
of like open sandbox Luffy. Yeah, World Seeker.
I don't think that's a good game. I
Oh, I know.
I haven't seen much of it, but yeah, I mean, like the fun gimmick with that game is one of the DLCs has Zoro in it. What do? They either scramble the map or the map is just gone because Zoro gets lost all the time.
That's actually pretty funny. I like when they do shit like that. Kind of tie it in how the character is.
But I imagine that game probably plays and feels like the other world games, like Unlimited World Red and stuff. And those are fine games. I enjoyed World Unlimited.
I mean, those games were okay. I only got to play I think the console versions were technically the same, but I played the Vita version and it was all right. It wasn't even a game that I practically finished. At some point, I was just kind of like, because I was like, yeah, like the what if scenarios are cool, but I don't know. It just really wasn't for me.
Yeah, I mean the only fun parts of it is you do get to pick a good selection of characters. All the Straw Hat Crew, Boa's there, and then they had some decent combos. You can get some good strings going in. You find a vampire for the final boss. I thought that was pretty cool.
Vampire, huh?
Yeah, he ate the oh god, what did he call it? It was the bat fruit model, like Alucard or something.
What the fuck? The Chi no Mi.
I forgot how that game worked out, but it was like you were going through like all of your old memories or something like that. Like all of the old trials and tribulations. I remember you were just in the 2-year format. So like you'd be like 2-year Luffy fighting Crocodile and Enel and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, because you do get to fight Buggy, and then he gets unlocked as a playable character, and he was pretty broken. Yeah, he had some crazy combos.
Let me tell you, as a staple, Buggy has always been a crazy character to play with. I don't know if you ever played any of the PS2 One Piece games, but I still got, I think it's One Piece Grand Carnival or One Piece Grand Battle. I don't remember which one. Dude, Chop Chop Carnival is the most broken move. Aside from, what was it, like Usopp's Tabasco Star?
Yeah.
Dude, that game is so fucking fun, man. Like some of the old One Piece games are they just fucking slap so hard. They slap over the new stuff, honestly.
Dude, what's the one that came out in the I think is it Grand? What did you say, Grand what?
Grand Battle or Grand Carnival?
I think it's Grand Battle.
There's Grand Cruise too. But I think that's the newest one. I think that's the VR one.
Yeah, that's the VR.
Cruise is the VR one.
Yeah, you just hang out with the crew. Google is failing me right now with all this shitty results.
I think I had this one.
One Piece is too big.
One Piece is so... Yeah, I haven't even seen half of these game covers. Maybe it wasn't on PlayStation. Was it I know it was on GameCube. Oh, no. It was on the Wii. One Piece Unlimited Adventure. I never played this game. All their fits went so hard in this. Yeah. Zoro's like extra tan.
Yeah. Exactly. I may have seen a little bit of this. This bring back something in my memories.
Yeah. I love the character models in the game too. You just feel the soul.
Dude, this shit looks so good.
Yeah, Luffy looks so fucking dumb right here.
Yeah, he does.
Look at his face in this one. I'm gonna say. He looks like a Simpsons background character.
Fuck it. They got the emotions done.
Oh my god.
Fucking on point, dude.
See, this game cover also reminds me of this Naruto game on the Wii I saw. What the hell is it called? Oh yeah, Naruto Shippuden Dragon Blade Chronicles.
That's not real.
Oh, it's super real, dude. What are you talking about?
Unreal, dude. These spin-offs go so fucking hard, dude.
This is like some isekai ass looking game, dude.
What the fuck was the point of this? If they just went samurai instead?
They were transported into another dimension. It's a whole genjutsu.
It says, faced with the end of the world at the hands of Kuroma, one of the last of the ancient race of dragon guardians. The famed ninjas must harness the elemental powers of the Dragon Blade and stand up against the mighty Genryu in order to save his world from destruction. Genryu? Is that freaking Tekken ranks, dude?
That's right, babe.
Is this
unreal, dude?
I want to believe this is the same era as, what was it, Sonic and the Black Knight? Or what was that game called?
Oh my god, yeah.
When did this come out? What year did this come out? 2009? Sonic
Yeah, that's a Wii
Oh,
game.
Sonic and the Black Knight? Dude,
Yeah.
bro, that honestly kind of popped off from what I've heard.
2009, same year, dude.
Mm-hmm. Freaking goated year, dude.
When did Game of Thrones come out? What was so big in the industry that made everybody decide to do the medieval?
To go fantasy?
Yeah.
It was like 2012.
2011.
2011?
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
One last thing I'm going to say about that Dragon Chronicle game. Why is it not surprising that, of course, because Sasuke holds his sword normally, and because he has the sword, they have to make Naruto hold it like from the back, like the dagger, like the dagger position.
Because it's like a kunai.
Yeah, almost like the Strider Ryu, like the actual, like how a ninja would actually.
Oh,
hold a
I see
sword.
what you mean. Like the
You know
short
what I mean?
blade. Yeah.
Naruto's is the only like design I think that's pretty good. Everyone else, it's like they just added extra accessories. We need more what if shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm just Googling random shit about One Piece. I was looking for the One Piece game with the animal motifs. And when I go to images, I get a thumbnail of a video of One Piece World Seeker. You can get mounts in One Piece World Seeker. One of the mounts that they have is Karoo.
Oh, I fucking knew it, dude.
Yeah, with everything getting brought back and remastered these days, I don't know. It's either a hit or miss sometimes. Like, I didn't really watch the new Trigun series when it rebooted. And I know that
Stampede.
at this point, I think it's dubbed and subbed. Yeah. I haven't checked it out. Have you?
I watched the first 3 episodes subbed just because I wanted to see, like, okay, what's going on? I was very excited for it when I heard Trigun's coming back. We can do this, man. We could adapt the whole manga, and it's going to be the most amazing thing out there, dude. It's going to put everything else to shit. And what is it instead? They did an original story. So that kind of put me off, but it wasn't bad. It looks really good. Like, so it's a CG anime, and the way they animate all the models and stuff was pretty excellent. And it definitely has a more modern feel to it. Like, obviously, just look at Vash himself. He's got like that fade going on, and he has like a whole like robotic arm that's obviously visible. And even Knives looks way different. And like even some of his stuff that he does early on in those episodes are different, but I want to get back to it eventually because they did announce they're doing a season 2 for it. Meryl is in it, and she is not an insurance agent in this series. She's actually a news reporter, and she's teaming up with her, I guess, partner or boss. I can't remember, but his name is Robert De Niro. Or excuse me, Roberto De Niro.
Who was the girl counterpart? Wasn't it like Sherry or whatever her name was?
Cheryl's awesome.
Yeah, she is not in Stampede.
Boo.
That sucks. I really want my.
Wait, no, not Cheryl. Not Cheryl. It's Millie Thompson. But also, to be fair, though, like I think Millie's a great character, and I love the show, but I believe she is not in the manga at all. Oh, they said confirmed season 2 will have Millie show up.
Hey.
Okay.
There's hope.
Okay, we're back.
Fuck yeah,
We're so
dude.
back.
Good. There was an old clip of Trigun I saw on Twitter where it was Vash trying to sneak a peek into the bathroom for whatever girl like they're trying to protect, right? And he's hanging upside down outside the window, and Millie opens the window and she goes, "Oh hey," he's like, "Oh hello." She's like, "Wow, you're taking your job seriously. Well, dinner's ready." He's like, "Okay," and the caption's like, "Yeah, we need more dumb waifus."
Yeah.
She wasn't dumb. She was just
Or
very.
she just knew she.
Sorry,
what
not
was the
dumb.
word?
You're right. Airhead.
And she just knew she could rock Vash whenever she wanted to.
Dog.
She
She could rock
could.
anybody whenever she wanted to.
Yeah, she could bench a car, dude. Come
Yeah,
on.
bro.
She
It was over
so
for Vash.
great. I think she had a minigun, right?
Yep.
It wasn't a minigun. It looked like one, but it shot out like these rods that would just attack. Like she would shoot a rod out and it would expand and it would just knock people down.
Yeah, I can't wait for her to come back. I hope she's tall.
Yeah, she has to be.
I don't know if you remember Sergeant Frog.
Of course, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Sergeant Frog is also getting a new anime.
Yes. Yeah, it's getting I believe a reboot. Yeah, no, Sergeant Frog's awesome, dude. It's so funny. It gets pretty crazy. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the manga is still happening. Some spinoff or something that's still going on. Yeah, I think there is something there. But yeah, 20th anniversary for the anime, so they're going to bring it back. And yeah, you want a fun gag series? That's the one right there.
That might be an anime to put on my list. I don't know. I'm still watching Gintama, little by little. Does Sergeant Frog have story, substance, or is it just goofy?
You know what? I think it's just all goofs and gaffs. Yeah, I know there's like some serious moments, and I think and the only thing I always remember that cracks me up is they're chibi little frog aliens, and in order to try to blend into human society, they created these bodies, so they're just these giant muscular frogs now. But yeah, I think it's just a slice of life thing, nothing too crazy.
It's funny because Keroro looks like the Kerotan you shoot in Metal Gear Solid 3. They all have this iconic big-ass white eyes with black pupils and barely showing a mouth. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah. Think of like the A-Team, but they're little frogs, and most of them are like losers.
That's so good, bro. Okay.
I remember watching it back in the day. Always a fun time. Just put on some episodes and seeing what the gang's up to. Gerry,
Mm-hmm. Danny.
how far are you in to the Way of Kings?
Do you want me to give you detail, or do you want me to just give you the gist?
I mean, we could keep it spoiler-free for Oscar's sake.
So I'm like maybe a little bit more than a third of the way.
Okay.
Main character busted out. Well, not really busted out. He's pretty much leading his own.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think right now I'm just bouncing around between like the past and other characters that might be important later. So it's like kind of all over the place right now, but it's pretty good so far.
Okay, you're liking it?
Yeah, it is a bit hard to follow at times, but like maybe within the middle of the chapter, I kind of see what's going on already. There's different events happening at the same time. Yeah, like I said, it's hard to follow, but it's once I get a grip on it, it's like pretty nice. The world development's great. Characters are great right now. I'm just kind of looking out for what's gonna be important later on.
There was definitely moments when I kept reading. I was like, oh, okay, the dots are starting to connect now and stuff, and it's starting to make more sense why all these storylines are being said right now. I still don't know about like the what do they call, like the interludes?
Yeah.
Like in between the parts, I'm always like, I just feel more out of it there just because it's just a brand new one-off thing from all the other stories, and I'm like,
that's what I was talking about too. The whole like A1 or something like that, or I1. I don't know if it's important yet. You don't have to say if it's not, but I'm just guessing like it's just an event that to explain something that's happened. And like the beginning of the chapters too, when they say like time of death something, I'm like, I know this is going to be important. So I just fucking, there's a lot going on. I can't really grip on it.
Yeah, I like those parts. It's just an interesting way to start a chapter because it's like, yeah, like this is dialogue recorded like at their death, and it's like, oh, okay, so this is like, I feel like it's just more world building, like to give you a scope of like, oh yeah, this person said this during this time of this war, this area, and stuff like that.
Yeah, Mistborn Era 1 does that. In the beginning, sometimes there's like a journal entry. It's really nice though. Yeah, that one I feel like it's easier to follow along because it's with Way of Kings, they're like fragmented, you know, like different people, different times. And Mistborn is just one continuous one.
Yeah, I'm about 80% into the book now.
Nice.
My only main issue with this book as a whole, I'm like what are we leading to, right? Like we have ideas of where we're going with the characters, but I'm just thinking like, okay, so if we get to the finale of this book, where is that going to lead? I still have like a vague idea of what we're going to be looking at, but I don't know. Things are like big things are starting to happen where I'm at, so maybe I just have to just keep waiting a little bit. You know, I can hear Adam right now just saying like, "Yeah, dude, just stupid."
Just wait.
Hold.
I've been taking a break a little bit because the amount of stuff happening. I feel myself getting burnt out a little bit, so I've just been listening to music, fucking listening to podcasts, trying to like balance it all in between, so I don't like just outright stop completely, because this is interesting stuff, man.
Yeah, it's just so dense, man. Yeah. There's just so much going on. Like it's taken me a lot longer than I would have liked to read this thing.
That's why I wanted to read Trust of the Emerald Sea beforehand, not only because like, you know, the man himself said, yeah, y'all, you should read this before. It's just actually a short story too, so it was a nice one. You know, it's
a nice little break.
Yeah.
Nice. Can't wait, man. I'm excited. I'm still in Era 1 for Mistborn. I haven't really gotten too deep into my book yet, but I am constantly getting excited with all of the stuff you are bombarding me about this series every now and then. Basically eating materials like metals and shit like that and just having fucking powers. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of badass. I'll tell you from where I'm at, I'll probably give away how little I've gotten into it, but I've managed to meet only a handful of characters with powers. They talk about like a character that can push luck, so to speak, being like I guess like my interpretation of luck was just like general like vibes, like it just kind of like calms people down or whatever.
Just being a chill guy.
Yeah, just like literally, it's the powers to make people chill.
Yeah, buddy. That guy's my favorite character, man.
Who the chill guy?
Yeah, the chill guy. That guy's my favorite character, dude. You don't even know. I want to adopt the way he talks, man.
Yeah, I think once I finish Way of Kings, I'm gonna backtrack to Mistborn.
You start the series with the Way of Kings?
I started with Way of Kings, yeah. When I was finishing Shogun, I was going to go straight to Mistborn. And then my other friends are like, oh, well, we're going to start Stormlight right now, so that way we can get to book 5 when it releases in December. And I was like,
fuck.
Sure, I'll hop on Stormlight. They're still in the same place they were last month, so it's not happening.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, also, like, Mistborn, those books are a lot smaller than the Way of Kings by itself, so I'm looking forward to
those. Are fun reads too, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the smaller books.
They're gonna go by quick, I feel, for you.
I just feel like it just took a little while to sit down in the beginning and just kind of get to a point where the story is gonna pick up a little more. I don't know. It could be different for everyone, but for me, it's like.
But for Danny, you're gonna like it because it's actually pretty fun, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, you just got to get to the point where they introduce everything, and then you'll be fucking spot on, guys. Like, it's fucking... Once you figure out the power system, my goodness.
That's also one of the cool things I like about... I don't know if it's in the other ones, but at least for the book that I picked up in Era 1, there's like a little like glossary in the back that kind of goes over all the powers and what they do and stuff like that. It's really nice, like, when I have to go back and kind of remember what each one does and stuff like that. I don't know how well it does too, but if you haven't like Googled it or whatever, because I'm sure you can, but they have like a depiction of what like the world looks like. So you get to see what is it, Luthendel, and like all the area around it, just the whole country.
That's awesome. I'm gonna look that up right now. Actually, let's see.
You're doing an audiobook, right, Gerry?
Yeah, fucking Michael Kramer's just in my ear, you know.
the goat. When you're done, or even now, you should just check out the illustrations that pop up in the book. Every few chapters, they'll be like, here's a map dating this era, or here's some depictions of like the chasm fiends, old finds from like this certain period. Like there's like cool little stuff like that that's like building the world.
Apart from the Sanderson series, remind me again, Danny, how long did it take you to finish like the entirety of Wheel of Time?
It took me a year and a half.
Was it book 1 to 15, I think? Was it book 1 to 12?
There's 15 books, and one of them is a novella, so it's a lot shorter. Like the average pages were around like 800 for Wheel of Time, and the novellas were around like 3 something. It's not like I immediately read the next one as soon as I finished. I did take some breaks and read some other books in between, so I probably could have finished like a month or 2 earlier than I did. And I did take forever reading the first book because, you know, I haven't read books in a while, and the first thing I grab is an 800 pager. So yeah,
full send, fuck it.
But yeah, this book, like, yeah, it's like 1,300 pages, and it's just taking me a lot longer to read. I just, because I think, like, I don't know, I'm still on the back burner with it, so it's not getting my full attention like the Wheel of Time books did. But I mean, there's good stuff. I'm not saying it's a bad book. It's just it's not really what I was like kind of expecting in a sense.
I kind of feel that though, where it's not like, I don't know. I'm still kind of keeping an open mind. Like I'm not really trying to expect anything. A little part of me is expecting like medieval or like something like Mistborn / Warbreaker. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
you know, just because I read those and I have the bias already. But I'm trying to like think about anything else while listening to this.
Yeah, I would say this book, even though it is in a fantasy setting, it's mostly like a lot of just character pieces in each chapter, right? You're just understanding the characters, they're going through stuff, they're maturing, or their character arcs are progressing, and every now and then the fantasy aspect is involved with that. Because that is kind of how like Wheel of Time felt too. It's like, yeah, this is a fantasy world, but you don't see a lot of fantasy elements. In a sense, it's more of just people hanging out and like, oh, hey, they have powers. And like, oh, look, there's like this world's version of orcs and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, that's interesting. I'm looking forward to getting more into it too. Like I said, it just takes me a couple pages to kind of get into it since I'm still not really in like, I don't know, like the reading mode, so to speak. I'm not in my reader phase, but I'm getting there.
It just gets easier over time. The more you read, the better you'll get into just getting into those books.
Yeah, I'm cheating.
I don't really think it's cheating if you absorb it. You know what I mean? Like, I think we were talking about this off record, but I'm more of a visual person when it comes to me learning things. I can learn things auditorially, but I don't really feel like it'll stick, especially if it's like something I'm trying to commit to memory. It's like I'm only going through these pages. Well, sometimes I even have to go through these pages, you know, a couple of times. Like I get stuck on the same page, especially when I like get distracted or something, you know. Sometimes I'll rub the page until like it rubs off the book or something like that because I'm just kind of stuck on it for a while.
Yeah, sometimes I have to go back and re-listen to what I just listened to. The mind is a powerful object, just fucking wanders wherever it wants to go. My brain is so rotten, it's oozing out of my ears.
The skibbity is literally falling all over the floor.
Skibbity Ohio Riz. That's right, guys. That's cue for email time. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can send them to unversedpodcast@gmail.com. Let me just read these real quick. So we got an email today from the boy Mark. Thank you as always. He brings a nice question here. He says, right now we're in the Rumiko Takahashi era again, because we're getting a lot of stuff being reworked, right? Like Urusei Yatsura, Rama 1/2. Those got reboots recently. And also, another old school manga, Hell Teacher Nube, is getting a new anime. So he asks, what are some mangas from the 90s that you wish to see animated?
Mangas
I'm
from
guessing
the 90s.
like remastered or any just random ones?
Maybe something that didn't get animated or, even get the remasters in.
Yeah.
That's a great question because there's a lot of gems back then that the West definitely passed on.
I don't have much in the bank, honestly.
Yeah, for this one, I can't say that I have read and completed. Well, not to say that the completion part matters, but I've read like too many mangas that were like preceding 1999.
I mean, I guess it's more 80s, but like old school stuff would be like Fist of the North Star. Let's bring that back.
Soul Eater's in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, that's another thing. Is a lot of stuff that we read was definitely in our era.
Ooh, I got one. Billy Bat, dude.
Dude,
Give me a Billy
yes.
Bat anime, man.
Yes. Do you know this
Fucking
series,
God,
Oscar?
Man. That shit would kill today,
Billy
man.
Bat. I don't think I remember that one.
Billy Bat is a seinen manga from the GOAT himself, Naoki Urasawa. What has he done? 20th Century Boys.
Monster.
Ooh.
Netflix just did the anime adaptation for Pluto, which is his Astro Boy adaptation. No, yeah, Urasawa's the GOAT, man. It would be awesome to get that animated now.
Especially now with all these conspiracy theories going on, man. That'd be perfect, I think.
Yeah, dude. You think Billy Bat's just a little caricature character? Wrong.
That shit goes back, dude.
Ever heard of a guy named pick anybody in history? Yeah, you know him.
Oh man, my mind went straight to Hitler, man.
Yeah, that's who I was gonna say.
Oh man, yeah, the story is pretty crazy. Just by reading the gist of it, man, it's insane. Maybe how true it is. This is Metal Gear Solid 2 level truths, possibly being like written about.
Oh man, you know which one I would love, Oscar, and it would kind of actually work nowadays, since we have budget to get some high quality stuff, so the detail could be on point. Let's get a series for Akira.
Dude, yeah, man. That would be so good. And then finally people will be open to the fact that that series was more than just that movie.
Let's get I think this is another 2000s one for sure, but let's get a real adaptation for Black Cat. I would love that.
I would like to bring it back to Alita.
Yes.
Battle Angel.
Yeah.
Alita. Oh, you were all the ones that I have to refer back to the list of manga that I made a while back. And let me tell you, you are already crossing off the very small handful of ones that I have actually read that count during this date range. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm fucking pissed too. You took all the good ones. Yeah, so like stuff like that. I mean, the ones that I really did want to like talk about, they've already been remastered. Like I read Ice Shield. Ice Shield 21 was a good one. It was probably one of the very few like sports mangas that I was like into. You know, like besides Ippo and like I don't really read the manga for Blue Lock, but I probably would at this point because I don't think the second season is doing pretty good. But yeah, man, like shit like that I think would definitely like fit the bill. Like I said, Ice Shield's already been remade a couple of times already. I think at least twice. I think there was the original because it didn't have an original run, and then I think it just recently had a new run.
It got one season in 2005, and I think that's it. Yeah, from 05 to 08.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, this would be my answer. I think Ice Shield is pretty good.
I love Ice Shield 21, man. It's so good.
Man, have you read it, Gerry? Have you like seen it at all?
No, but that's a sports one, no?
It's a sports one drawn by Yusuke Murata.
Nice, so it's got to be bomb.
Yeah,
I'll
and
pick it up.
the author, Richiro Inagaki, the guy that wrote Dr. Stone, is the one who wrote Ice Shield 21.
I know this probably isn't the 90s, but I want a Sunken Rock anime, dude.
Dude, yes.
That would be fucking epic, man.
It's overdue, dude.
Give Baki a run for its money, dog. That's the real crossover we need. Baki x Sunken Rock. Just some fucking knuckle draggers just fucking beating the shit out of each other, dude.
Did Clover ever get an anime?
No.
No?
Yeah, you're talking about the Delinquent series, Clover.
Dude, we need Cromartie High, man.
Yeah, let's get the reboot, dude.
Let's get the fucking reboot for Cromartie High, guys. Come on.
Yes, dude, please.
I wouldn't mind a sequel where they meet up with each other as adults, just trying to fucking figure out what to do.
Oh, man. Dude, every time I go to Book Off out here, I always see they have the complete series on DVD.
I've really been wanting to watch that show because I keep seeing clips from like the first episode.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking good, man.
What was it? Dude, like he drops his pencil and this dude's like, "Oh, Mom, not everyone here is that bad," and he's like eating the pencil. And I like they just keep running with the joke. Like he doesn't freak out, he doesn't get upset. He just like, I got more pencils, and just drops them all on the desk, and just silence between the two characters as he just like, "Are you gonna fucking eat them or what?" And he just slowly picks them up. He bundles all the pencils all at once, like and then just tries eating them all sharpened first.
Yeah.
I was
It's
like, that's
pretty
so
good, yeah.
stupid, man. It's fucking great.
Jerry, you know what's funny about Cromartie High? I don't remember which magazine it's in, but there's a Vita crossover fighting game, Shonen versus Sunday. And so, like, you know, there's like Inuyasha, there's Kenichi's in there, Fairy Tail's in there, but freaking Mekazawa is a playable character in that game.
Oh my god, no way, dude.
Yeah, it's so freaking cool.
Oh man, why is this a thing? Dude? It's so good. You expect this from Mugen, man. Like some
Yeah.
salty bet type shit, but fucking
We should watch the live action movies.
ooh, it'd be nice, yeah.
My final answer for this question, because I just think it'd be funny to see how they would do it. But if they could do an anime for Hentai Common, that would be pretty funny.
Hentai Common. Is it like Common Rider but with hentai?
Yes.
Oh, shut
Yes,
up.
so it's-
I just fucking guessed, bro.
So it's just your normal high school boy.
Forbidden superhero.
Yeah, and he, in order to transform into Hentai Common, he has to put panties on his face for his mask.
No way.
Right?
This
yeah,
is
and
the
and
guy.
yeah, dude. And
You know,
Shit.
it's great. And then you find out like his mom is like some like BDSM like person, and like that's where he gets his powers from or something.
she's a dominatrix, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Man, we've been here, dude. Fuck.
It's so good, dude. I recommend reading it. And there's a live action movie for it. I think there's 2 of them actually. Yeah, it's great because like at some point in the series, he like starts getting like tempted to put the mask on, like Toby does with the black Spider-Man suit. Like he can't resist being being the hentai common.
Oh yeah, man. This definitely needs to come out. It's gonna be one of those like late night animes that come out, you know?
I'd be very curious to see how they would handle it.
So for my pick this week, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Do you guys ever enter just NPC mode when you're out doing whatever the fuck in public?
I'll forget I'm driving sometimes.
Yeah, I guess that counts. Yeah, it's a foreign video. I don't know fucking where, but it's somewhere across the ocean, right? In Europe. This page is called main character. This guy, the whole gimmick of this page is this man is trying to take quests as he's out in public, right? So he has a cam on him, like I think it's like a glasses camera or a body cam or something. So it's kind of like a first person view, right? Like around him you see like all these people and stuff, and they have like the Sims on the icon on their on top of their head, right? Just to let you know that those are NPCs, or I think these are the quest givers, right? Like there's this one, I'm gonna post this one. He just comes across a couple, and one of them is holding a soda. So he like gestures to the soda, and the guy gives him the soda, and he starts doing that stupid bottle thing, you know, where like you fucking throw it and then you flip it and try to make it land.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know if he doesn't. Yeah, the guy who gives him the bottle ends up doing it before him, and he walks away. In the screen it says 1-0, train more. This guy, and everything this guy does is pretty wholesome. Most of the stuff he does is pretty wholesome. Like he helps out people with their garbage. At the end of like the video, he's like plus 5,000 aura or something like that. Just like, you know, you get buffs, that you get the XP. It's like he's making being a good person like an actual genuine person of fucking game, where you get some kind of reward out of it. I don't know. I like it because it's just him helping out people, and it's like plus 500 experience. Oh, fuck. There's a couple where it's like he throws a bottle and he misses, and it's like minus 5 aura or something like that. I don't know, but if you just look through his page, you'll pretty much get lost. It's just him taking on quests for other people.
That's cool. It's wholesome stuff. Yeah, because usually, like every time I see like influencers, content creators,
Oh yeah,
try to interact with people, I'm always like, yeah, this is kind of cringe, bro. Yeah, I do like the little Sims thing over their heads too.
I think it's different. I hope it's different because it's not in the U.S. You know,
Yeah, this is in Russia.
something like that. You know, around there. And plus, this guy's not being a fucking piece of shit. He's actually helping people out. If anything, the weird thing he does is he just stares at them, and they're like, "Do you speak English?"
Yeah, I was gonna say I really like mesh of like real life with like the graphics, like the computer design.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just adding
I
in the
just think it's
effects like
pretty.
that.
I just honestly think that that's pretty
It's
cool.
like life is an MMO.
I don't really believe he comes off being super obnoxious because it's not like he's doing all of like the content creator things, like doing weird hand motions
Yeah,
and like all that stupid ass like I'm an anime character gesture.
like the people he's showing at least have smiles. I don't know about anybody else who's like, I don't know. It seems like the people he's posting there are smiling, and so it seems nice. Sometimes like he's just recording a random person, and it's like it's just them like skipping. And plus, I'm gonna reiterate, it's not in the U.S., so there's not. I don't know if there's a stigma anywhere else for having a camera in your face besides the U.S., but
Yeah, and I'm sure, we're not seeing every take
right.
that he does, like with interactions with people. Right on, man. Yeah, so I'll put the link in the description for the page if you guys want to check out more of this wholesome activities. And with that, man, we can go ahead and wrap up for today. Thank you, as always, for listening, and we shall be back next week.